should not be denied that being footloose has always exhilarated us. It is associated in our minds with escape from history and oppression and law and irksome obligations. The absolute freedom.
Such is my idea of happiness.
You can go anywhere. You can be here. Me and you.
You want to be changeable, adaptable. And that's what traveling with openness and courage can enable you to do.
Ah, my happy place. I'm traveling and I'm on a sailboat in Spain with this nice couple I introduced to you last episode, Anton and Antoinette from South Africa. We are checking all the systems on the boat to make sure everything is good to go before we set off for an all-night passage. Okay, we've just set sail. We've just left Alicante and now we're going to go to a fuel dock before we're going to do an all-nighter to Ibiza. Ibiza is about 100 miles from Alicante, just off the coast. But we're going to kind of hover around the coast, going north, northeast, and as we go, kind of checking the weather, monitoring things, making sure it's going to be okay, because the forecast calls for like 3 or 4 a.m. having some pretty heavy winds and waves. So we're going to kind of look at it when it gets to be about 10 or 11 p.m. to make sure we're going to go ahead and go for the crossing, because once we commit, it's a good 8 or 9 hours for the crossing. So from Alicante, it'd be more like 15 or 16 hours. But since we're going to plan to go up the coast and then head over, looking at like 8, 9, 10 hours. So if we're going to commit to it, we're going to do it. But we're on board their beautiful catamaran. It's a Nautitech 40 Open. It's a 2020. The plan is we're going to go to the Balearics, Ibiza, maybe Mallorca, Minorca. We'll just sort of see where the weather takes us and see some beautiful anchorages throughout the week, explore what it's like on this beautiful catamaran. So I'm excited to bring you guys along. Right now we're going to go ahead and get fuel at a little coastal town. We're probably 20 miles up north from Alicante. I'll tell you what the town is when we get there. I'm not even sure. But they've got a big fuel dock. Actually, I can see the marina up ahead. Gracias. Out over the Spanish coastline. So we're passing a city called Benidorm. I never even heard of it, but apparently it's a huge city. It looks like it. There's like skyscrapers the entire coast here. It's interesting. I've never even heard of it. Benidorm. Have you heard of it? But the sun's going down right now. We are now going to start angling off the coast towards Ibiza. It's going to be probably about a 12-hour trip from here. In the meantime, Antoinette is making dinner. Some chicken breast with salad. Good stuff. Got to keep that fuel in your body, both physically and mentally, which brings me to this week's sponsor. This week's sponsor is BetterHelp. And I started this episode with some powerful quotes about traveling. And I truly believe that traveling is one of the best things you can do for your body, your mind, and your spirit, to give yourself a reboot. But really, I only show you guys the fun stuff. I only travel a couple of weeks per year and then I make videos about it. For the rest of the time, I'm at home and I'm dealing with work, bills, family, and all the other stressful things that we all deal with. And it's definitely not healthy to keep that stress pent up inside. And that's where this week's sponsor, BetterHelp, comes in. BetterHelp has become the world's largest therapy service, providing professional, affordable, and personalized therapy that you can do from your computer or your phone. And it really has made mental health care more accessible to everyone. You know, I used to think that there was some kind of stigma associated with therapy, but that mindset, to be honest, was holding me back. Therapy can be very helpful in sorting through the things that seem insurmountable, and BetterHelp makes it easy and affordable to do just that. So check them out by using the link in the description of my video. Thank you to BetterHelp for the sponsorship. Now, let's get back on the boat. Yeah, I'm just on my night watch here, and we're coming into Ibiza. I'll show you the chart plotter here, but we've got about 10 more miles to go, and ended up with the weather has stayed calm the entire night, so we've lucked out. The sun's gonna come up here in probably 30 minutes. Beautiful night. We took shifts of 3 hours each through the night, and I did the morning shift here for sunrise. Still dark, but I can see Ibiza Island in front of us, so we've made it perfect timing where, well, actually we're a little bit early because I want to make sure we're able to see everything whenever the sun comes up. So the sun should come up in 20 minutes. So then it'll reveal the entire island right in front of us. It'll be pretty cool. Give you some looks around here of this beautiful anchorage, the water. Just to kind of give you a layout here, right outside of my little room here, there's a little window underneath the hull that shows you just down to the water, and it's so incredibly blue, turquoise. It's awesome. Just gives you an idea of the watercolor here, and it's so clear. It's crazy. You can just when you get into the water and look down with the goggles on. So Antoinette is making some beautiful bread. What are you doing? What's the process?
So this is a 40-minute hamburger bun recipe courtesy of Fox and Briar. It's a nice, very quick and easy recipe. So first you just add some active dry yeast to warm water and add your sugar and oil and let it stand for 5 minutes, and then you add your flour and all the rest of the other ingredients. And then basically you're almost good to go. You can make your shape your buns or your rolls and put it in the oven. So it's very easy and quick.
Nice. And you set it in the sun, or you just
just in a warm place. But
okay.
The water is warm, so it should do the job, regardless of whether it's the temperature. But it's always nice to put it in a warmer spot.
And in 5 minutes we should start seeing like a transformation?
There's a few bubbles that should form, and that shows you that your yeast is actually active.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you. We'll check it out.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. So now we just add 3.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, and 1 large egg beaten, and then it should form a nice soft dough. So there we go. That's the flour, so it's just ordinary white bread flour. So now we're going to add I'm just going to add the flour a little bit by bit, and then some of the egg.
And that's essentially the entire ingredients?
That's the entire ingredients. 3.5 cups of flour, more or less. Sometimes you need a little bit more flour or less flour. It's pretty much ready. You just shape it and put it in the oven. You should get 8 rolls into it, so we'll do it first by just shaping it or cutting it like this. No, it's still a little bit sticky actually, so...
So you add more flour? Or?
Add more flour. This is not a professional bread making video. We are making some progress. There we go. Just roll them out a little bit. Needs to rise for a few minutes before you put them in the oven. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. Those rolls look incredible, and that will be for later this evening. But before then, we're getting ready to have a little adventure on a scooter. We're gonna go into town, rent a scooter, and then explore the island, both San Antonio, which is on the west side of the island, which is a town, a small city, and then Ibiza City, which is a bigger city on the east side of the island, which has the old town Ibiza and nice shops, restaurants, has I think a castle at the top. So we're gonna try to explore all that by scooter. The only problem is we don't really have a place to put the dinghy at the beach to park it all day, so we're just gonna swim. It's like 400 meters to the beach over here. So we're gonna swim there first with a water sealed bag, and then we're going to just enjoy the day. The Catamaran, where is it? It is there. I think, no, there. Yeah, yeah. But it was actually quite crazy. There were thousands of jellyfish. And unfortunately, Antoinette got stung again badly. You mind if I show?
Yeah.
How it's like literally the imprint. Literally, hold on, let me get the... Oh, wow, yeah, yeah. Quite bad. It's the entire imprint of the jellyfish on the side of her arm. Wow. It's like Antoinette was a trooper. Even in a lot of pain, she was still game for the scooter ride. She's tough, but dang, that was brutal. We grab 2 scooters and take off. First up, we go through the town of San Antonio. We check out the nice harbor and downtown area. We then ride on the highway to the opposite side of the island to Ibiza town. We just arrived to the old town Ibiza, main Ibiza city. What do you guys think so far?
It's very beautiful.
Very beautiful, yeah. Very nice.
So I think the way to describe it is it's a lot more, I guess, clean and trendy versus the San Antonio, which is kind of more of a regular place. This is definitely a tourist spot. Trendy shops, restaurants, super clean plazas, really nice to walk around. Back alleys that are really clean and quaint. So we'll show you a bit of that.
onion, so you can put some onion so that, yeah.
We made it back to the boat and it's dinner time. Antoinette is making some bratwurst with fried onions and homemade condiments to go with those bread buns that she made earlier. Okay, you're gonna try the first bite. Very good. You can tell the captain liked the dinner. He's down for a nap. That does it for this episode. Join us next episode as we make our way to the next island in the chain, beautiful Majorca. Thanks for watching.